It's your girl, Blue Pac, baby. From the boot where the real ones talk slick and walk heavy. She don't do rumors, she do receipts. If you said she got it, if you did it, she show it. Truth teller, big stepper. That's Blue Pac, baby, no pressure. Yeah, truth teller, big stepper. That's Blue Pac, baby, no pressure. Yeah. Straight out of Louisiana, she don't duck, no smoke. Call her the queen of receipts, she keeping folks woke. From fake friends to baby daddies getting exposed. If it's messy, she gon' clean it up, real talk mode. Independent, raw and loud with it. She ain't scared of nothing, she proud with it. So if you coming fake, don't step in her lane. She call names and receipts, gon' explain. Truth black, baby. All truth, all gas, no brakes. Truth teller, big stepper. That's Blue Pac, baby, no pressure. Yeah, truth teller, big stepper. That's Blue Pac, baby, no pressure. Yeah, it's Blue Pac, baby. All truth, all gas, no brakes. Yeah, all truth, all gas, no brakes. No brakes.
Yeah, you tuned in to Blue Pac, baby. She don't follow trends, she follow facts. Receipts ready, energy heavy. Let's go.
L-U-P-A-C, baby don't play, she speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back, all receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-E-N-T, bring in truth to the streets. She don't do drama, she drop data. Scroll the page, now or later. You'll see lies get exposed and the fake get froze like refrigerators. Name ring bells like second line. Speak real, no need to lie. She from the south with a strong survive and snakes don't make it out alive. L-U-P-A-C, ain't no faking on the screen. Call a judge, call a jury, she deliver with the heat. You won't clap, but she got truth. No sugar in her speech. Independent, bold and real, this Blue Pac, baby. Capiche? They scrolling, she exposing. They trolling, she compose. See, Blue Pac don't just react, she the code what's not disclosed. From screenshots to timelines, receipts in real time. You playing checkers, she playing chess. Every move defined, got that hustle in her bones. No cosign built her own. Views go up when she speak up. This platform here a throne. L-U-P-A-C, baby don't bend, she speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back, all receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-D-N-T, bring in truth to the streets. L-U-A-C, baby don't bend.
Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. What is up, everybody? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being tuned in on this good old Tuesday, baby. Y'all, I've been in a mode, a little sucky mode, child. I didn't go live yesterday. I don't even know if I went live the day before that, but I gotta get out of it, y'all, because when I get like that, I just be like, I don't want to do nothing. Okay, I don't know why I'm like that, but I say, let me get up and make myself go live because if I stay in that mode, y'all won't see me on here. Like, no cap. I don't know why I get like that. And it's probably because I went so hard last month to where it kind of like exhausted me a little bit. And then once I just like yesterday, I was chilling. I made all that food for my babies, and then started relaxing. I'm like, okay, I need to go live. But then I end up it got too late because once I finished cooking, it was too late. But once I get in that mode, y'all, oh Lord, I gotta really push myself. Content creatorship is not easy. This is not an easy job, like at all. You gotta be really, really motivated to do this and to keep going. You have to be really motivated. So shout out to y'all because y'all do motivate me, and if it wouldn't be for y'all, I honestly probably wouldn't be doing this. So, even though I enjoy it, I do enjoy it, and I do feel like, it's a part of my niche. Like I have many niches, like they say, but shout out to y'all. Let me see who we got in here because I gotta give y'all this little tea, baby. I gotta give y'all this little tea, and I do need to do a members only because I got some tea for y'all too. Like, and that tea is. Whew, I'm here. If you know what, I gotta go to the store this evening. So depending on what time I get back from the store, I might jump on a members. So we'll see. If not, I'll probably do a members tomorrow morning. That way I could get that tea off of me and give that to y'all. We'll see what happens though. Let me go up and see who is in here. Hey, Glam Goddess. Hey, Mila, Jaisha, Queen Love Mail. We got Miss Elisa, Miss Jackie Rogers. We got Michelle. We got Shakina, Miss Yolanda, Sweet Queen, my love. Thank you for holding on the chat for your girl. You are appreciated. Shout out to all my beautiful minds that's in the building. Darling Nikki. We got Kimberly Merrills, Shaquintley, Miss Jackie Moore, Trina Michelle, Miss Angela B. Solid as a rock. Shout out to you. We got Latte Eminem, of course. You say we need to start on time so you can get off on time to get him. Well, y'all ain't got that to worry about today because my son gonna go get her. So thank God. He said he go get her. I just gotta remember to pay attention to the time for him to go get her. Okay, at the end of the road. Hey, Miss Lenora. Hey, Yumika. Latte, pay attention, baby. She pay attention. She be knowing what's going on with Pop. Hey, Miss E. Hey, Latoya. Who else in here? Let me go down. La lot of business. We got, hold on, Toya Wick. We got Miss Simone. We got Miss Erin in the building. Love me for real. Who else? Miss Shalonda, Miss Jackie H. We got, let's see, hold up, y'all. Hold up. Let me see. You say, look, I come on in the room, got me sneaking. Let me find out y'all still at work. Hey, Christina. Hey, well, what do you know? DJ in the building, my love. Nana Karen. We got Kira in this thing. Miss Janice Willie. We got Beyond Compare Creations. K Monet, Miss Coretta, Miss Renee, Miss Rebecca, Queen Money Stowe Gang in the building. Brittany Davis, Tracy Trice, Giselle, Alexis. Okay, Miss Jackie Rogers. We got Tanisha. We got Miss Valerie. I think I got about 6 or 7 Valeries that be in the chat. No cap. Hey, Snooki. Hey, Miss Veronica. Hey, Miss Marlena. Miss Elisa. Who else? Miss Duncan. Miss Melody. Love me. We got Capricorn Ma. There she go. I was looking for you because there's another Capricorn in here and I be confusing y'all. Hey, Miss Teresa, Miss Janice Rainey, another Miss Janice. Mila says, now let me take my hair down to cover these earbuds. We don't need y'all getting in trouble at work. So do what y'all gotta do, okay? Hey, I'm Forever Chosen, Nubian Queen in the building. Wait, let's see. This is a new name. Miss Sweet T37. Shout out to you, my love. Welcome. Tajay, one of my beautiful minds. Shout out to you, sister. Miss Sherry Weber. Who else? Let's see. Let me go down, y'all. Ooh, y'all. Like, I'm in the slump. I gotta get up out of it though. I got to get up out of it, y'all. Motivate me. Pop, keep going. Keep going, Pop. Keep going. Keep going. because when I see y'all, when I get in my head like that, it gets bad. I even do that with my catering and my me being a chef, and I don't know why I'm like that. Like I be having to take breaks because you know how, especially when it's your gift, if you do it so much, you get kind of like frustrated with it. That's how I am. I'm pretty sure it's other people like that too with work, period. But it just puts me in a slump to where I'm like, I don't want to do nothing. And I go so hard at certain periods of time, it's bad, y'all. It's bad. But I gotta get it together. I got to get it together, child. Because I got my babies depending on me. So I got to keep it together. Thank you, Myla. You say one thing we know you are about to tell the truth, a lie ain't in you, and that's a big fact. I'll never tell y'all an intentional lie. Let me say that because none of us are perfect, right? Y'all know especially with the other side, they like to say, "Oh, Pac be lying to her supporters." No, she don't. No, she don't. I would never come on here and intentionally tell y'all a lie. Now, people can, misconstrue lies and opinions, which is not good either because you guys to know how to differentiate the two, baby. Most of us are on here to give our opinions based on things we see on social media. So don't just place an opinion as a lie. That's not cool. And that's what a lot of people tend to do. And it's not cool at all. At all. Because I will never intentionally try to, speak ill on anybody or just be downright lying, period. And you got people who do that. They got some people on here who do that. But Pac ain't one of them. Ain't one of them. Period. Hey, Miss Maddie. Who else in here? Let me see. Sweetly favored Miss Lisa, chosen by God in the building. Shout out to you, my love. Tajay say member. Shout out to my OG members. Member for 20 months. Let's start super chat party. This is another way we keep our girl channel growing. Super chats given now will be read first in this live. Who's gonna start? Thank you, Tajay. I love you, girl. Thank you, my love. Hey, Miss Lisa. Who else in here? Let me go down. Queen Iris, you needed that rest, and that is okay. I did. I ain't gonna lie, I really did, y'all. Cause I be going in overdrive, like overdrive. Even Ham be noticing. She be like, "Mama, you okay?" Y'all, my child is so sweet. I put a little story time on my community wall yesterday about him and something happened at school with her and a little boy child. She is so dramatic, y'all. I don't know where she get that from though, because I'm not like that. Like my feelings don't get hurt as easily as hers do. Her feelings get, and she a Scorpio. That's what I'm like. But she one and done. You play with her like she's the sweetest person, but once you cross her, that's a wrap. And she'll give you everything. But she be taking all her snacks from home, bringing it for the other kids. So that really hurt her feelings. Hey, Black Widow. Thank you, Miss Denise. Who else in here? Queen Iris. Let's see, Brandy Gibson. We got Miss Shirley. Hold up, y'all. Let me go down. Queen Sag in the building. Let me see. Let me see. My bro Terry coming through with the black and gold heart. The soul of a woman. Shout out to you. I ain't seen you in a minute. I hope all is well. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. I've been praying for you. You know that. So I'm so glad to see you back in the chat. We're going to catch up. We're going to definitely catch up. And shout out to you for being a 12-month member. Oh, and thank you. I appreciate the super, my girl. Let me stop. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hey, Miss Geraldine. Who else in here? Hold on, y'all. Tokyo Blues. We got Shay Kato in the building. We missed you. I be missing y'all too. That's the only reason why I be coming back, to be honest. Like, you get, I feel like, especially with this saga, it didn't, it's like it didn't became a part of our lives. Notice how we don't really watch TV, like talking about, like, I ain't gonna lie, those 2 days that I didn't go live, me and Ham been watching a show, like we've been enjoying it because I ain't caught up on none of my shows since we've been so tuned in and locked in with this saga. And it's not like it's just entertainment, it's a job for me also. So, it kind of makes it like mandatory in a sense. Like it ain't something you can just walk away from. This is a secondary business for me. So, but plus, like I said, if it wouldn't be for y'all, because there's so much drama involved also. But I feel like I have a good way of um keeping my peace, maintaining my peace, and ignoring the drama. So that helps me a lot also. And that's how I move in real life, so it's not a stretch when it comes to the internet. Hey Robin Buttercup, hey Miss Stephanie B. Thank y'all for the motivation in the chat. Tell Ham to call me after work. I got a bag for my girl. I'ma tell her she gonna be back in a little bit. I'll make her brother go get her from the bus stop. Thank you, Giselle. Who else in here? Let's see. Let me go down. Talk show receipts. I am. I will. You like that too, Sajay? I guess I ain't the only one, y'all. It gets overwhelming at times, and it ain't just this. It's just everything, especially when it's like a everyday, and then the days go by so fast. When the weekends come, it's like the snap of a finger. The weekend is over, and you got to start all over again. Sometimes you just want a break, like just a mental break, a physical break, just a break period. Let me see. You say my daughter, Lupac. Hey, Lupac, my daughter just started culinary school. She's 18 and she loves to bake. Oh, she gonna love it because it's fun, especially if it's like her talent, her niche. She's gonna love it. Hey, Miss Marjorie, Pac, you two be lying to us, telling. Wait, hold on, where I'm at, telling us you coming live and it don't even be at that time, or he could have been went live. Wait, who? Wait, what? How you two be lying to us, telling us you coming live, and it don't even be at that time. What you mean, Late? You talking about me being late, or is something else that YouTube is doing? I don't know. Hey, Miss Deb. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. Let me go down. Hey, Miss Patricia. Okay, Pac, when you are done, I'll be hyping up this live. Thank you, Miss Melody. I appreciate y'all, especially with the hypes, y'all, because I've been seeing them in my back office, and y'all been cutting up with them hypes, baby. Shout out to y'all. Hey, it's all about God, Miss Denise, Miss Connie. Okay, look at y'all, especially on a work day, y'all. Y'all coming in. Kimmy in the building. All right, now I got everybody, I think. I feel you, Pac. I need a break and want to be on vacation so bad. Maybe that's what it is. I need a real vacation. It's one thing to unplug and be at home, but I ain't took a vacation in a while. Well, I did take a vacation back in April, but that was for my son. So I need a mommy vacation. That's a little different, child. I need one of them. So I might have to set that up soon. But anyways, y'all, shout out to y'all. I love y'all. If y'all would like to donate to me monetarily, you can cash at me $1 Lupac 2. You can also buy me a coffee. Shout out to my coffee people. You can also support the platform by getting a super chat or a super sticker. Y'all know I always set a little goal of 15. It ain't much, it ain't mandatory, but it's greatly, greatly appreciated because it contributes to the revenue of this particular live stream. Okay, period. Make sure y'all watching them ads, y'all. If y'all want to be a part of our members only, that's another way to support my channel. You can grab that membership. I will be trying to get that tea to y'all either this evening. Well, I ain't gonna say this evening, but like a nightcap tonight, depending on what time I get back from the store, because I gotta go get a few little things for my kids that they want, as if they don't have enough stuff at home. But yeah, y'all know how them cheering do, child. Like my son started football, so he wants some power aids. He want a case of power aids. He want a case of prime. So yeah, just child. Kids be having me ready, y'all. But yeah, y'all hit the like button. Please run them likes up. Please watch them ads. Shout out to y'all because y'all definitely been watching them ads. It's another difference I seen. And when y'all see that hype button, hype your girl up, okay? Because that's pushing me even further in the algorithm outside of the like button. All right, y'all. And a collective hate to everybody that's coming in after the, formality. So I've been trying to get this to y'all. Like we did that call a week ago, but y'all, the only thing different with this is not a call. It's an actual, it's like a incident report. If y'all familiar with that, like I'm familiar with that because I used to work in like law enforcement. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. So I know about all this different stuff. I didn't work like in the courtroom and all of that. But this is more so of an incident report, and this is not the only one. Another one was done. Let me see. The one I'm about to read to y'all is from. Hold on. I ain't gonna put it on the screen because it's not redacted. All the information is on it, so I'm not gonna put it on the screen. But I'm gonna read it to y'all, and then I got some other stuff I want to show y'all, just to show y'all how inconsistent her story's been. It's crazy how now, because this information I'm about to give y'all has never been put out. And you know, I have to stress the never been put out, because the fact that this girl has told so many different stories as far as her alleging that RH was abusive to her. This is one we've never heard. That's real interesting. That's real interesting because how is it that you are giving, well, she had gave many different stories on social media, but it's not aligning with what was being told to the police officer. Like, and I'm still trying to get the other ones because if y'all remember, RH said that she did it multiple times in the marriage. She called the police for no reason. So I'm trying to see if I can get the other ones. It's a work in progress. I got, my sources that be on the back end that be working. So we'll see what happens. But sometimes when it's dealing with like family violence and stuff like that, the police don't give it to the public. It just depends on what it is, y'all. Paz, did you see Janelle post on TikTok? No, what he posted? Somebody sent it to me. Somebody heard her send it to me, and I'll check it out while we on the live. Hey, Regal Essence. So, what was I saying, y'all? Yeah, so with this one, this is from the very same. Okay, y'all know that the DV situation, the big old viral DV situation happened October 14th, 2022, right? So the one that I got recently, this one happened March 3rd, 2022. So early in the year, she called the police on RH, and then the DV situation from October, which is crazy. But that's y'all. She called him on him multiple times. She was even calling y'all. This is crazy. She was even calling, making false reports, like just trying to get him in trouble. Trying to get him in trouble. I seen that also, and another one that I found. Hold on, let me see. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you for that cash app blessing, my love. I appreciate you. You said hard for me to send super stickers. You're awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, my love. Um, Another one that she did, y'all. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let's see. And then we're gonna get to the main one, and I'm gonna make it all make sense for y'all. So on this one, she called on 12, which was December 20th, 2022. So this was 2 months after the DV situation. They were separated. If y'all remember, she filed that fake protective order on RH. Well, I ain't gonna say fake. She filed it and the judge threw it out, right? If y'all remember all of that, because we didn't went over all that, that's old. But she filed that protective order on RH, trying to get a protective order from something that happened 3 months prior to them even separating. 3 months prior to that whole big DV incident on October 2022, right? She tried to use her dad telling her that RH allegedly said he was going to unalive her, them cheering in himself. So she tried to use that to get that protective order, which y'all know how, if you're familiar with protective orders, then you know that for the most part, judges will grant them, but you still have to go to court. You have to go to a court date to see if it'll stick. That's when you present your evidence. So a lot of times, I know here in Louisiana, anybody can get a protective order. All you need is a police report. It don't even have to be factual. Like, you just go file a police report, because the courts do that because they rather be safe than sorry. You know what I'm saying? So they give you a chance to file your police report, and that's all you need to go to the magistrate and present that, and they'll grant what they call it, a temporary protective order. And then they set you a court date, and that's when you go in front of the mediator to determine if they're going to extend it for a year or so. Does that make sense, y'all? That's how that works, right? So that's why she was given that protective order against RH. And then once they went to the court date, mind you, she had an attorney, she had witnesses, all of that. The kids was there, her lawyer, Naya, all of them was there for that court date, for that protective order. RH was alone. He was by himself, and the judge still dismissed it. Still dismissed it. So that's why a lot of times when I say, you can have an attorney, but when you stand on solid, hardcore facts and the truth is on your side, it does not matter who you got in there. You can go get Johnny Cochran from the grave. And yeah, you gonna be good. You're gonna be good because it was ridiculous, it was frivolous. So it just was unnecessary that she filed that, y'all. She filed that to be malicious, which is how she moved a lot of times throughout the saga anyway. So um this right here, this was filed on, like I said, December 20th, 2022, and it says complaint advised her husband violated his TPO. So she filed that against RH, y'all. She tried to get him in trouble while that temporary TPO was in order. Because, like I said, you remember it was dismissed when they went to court, but it was a temporary order issued until they went to court. So in the midst of them, before they even went to court for it, she tried to hurry up and get him in trouble with the violation. Guess what the violation was? Let's see who can guess. If y'all remember, I did a live about this a couple weeks ago, and it had something to do with Dawn and them text messages. Who remember? Because it was said in that live line on you did. And that's when she initially threw Dawn under the bus. Remember, we talked about that, and I showed y'all I played the clips for y'all. I showed y'all the text messages that because they try to say Dawn betrayed her and this and that, when no, she threw Dawn under the bus and exposed their text messages first. She was the first one to do that. It was messages of her and Dawn discussing RH and the situation. And I'm gonna just tell y'all because y'all might not remember. But if y'all remember on that live line when you did when she had that yellow sweater on, and in the messages, she okay, so her and Dawn was talking about RH called Dawn, right? RH called Dawn and basically told Dawn, hey, I need you to relay this message to, because they had that temporary order, so he couldn't talk to Lawny at the time. He said, I need you to relay this message to her, let her know if she keep doing what she doing on the internet, she gonna go to jail. She gonna go to jail. So she decided to go live and tell her supporters that he threatened her, right? And y'all know I broke all that down because you got to be careful when you use that T word. Shout out to Trini. You got to be careful when you use this word on social media because people can immediately assume the worst and not the lesser, right? So when you actually hear what he said, oh, if she don't stop what she doing, she gonna go to jail. You not thinking that that's what the T was, right? You're not thinking that that's what it was because the T word is so harsh. You're gonna like I said, you're gonna automatically assume the worst when somebody says they're being this, right? So she tried to file a contempt against him for that, y'all. For relaying a message through Dawn saying if she don't stop what she's doing on social media, she can go to jail. So that's what So that's why I said that's one of them. When I say she was like filing false reports, that's one of them. Because who does that? This is how seeing all of this now, y'all. Even though this is all the situation is old, but the information is new to us. It's kind of like, girl, you was like you really are crazy. You really was trying to get this man locked up. Like weaponizing the police against your husband, knowing that he's not putting hands on you, but you portraying it as so, that's crazy to me. Like she needs some help, y'all. Let me read this to y'all. And then I'm gonna break it down with the older receipts to kind of make it make sense, right? Okay, hold on, let me see. Oh, let's see. Hold up, y'all. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. We got more and more people coming in here. As y'all come in, please hit the like button for Pop. Thank you. And shout out to everybody that is coming in. Definitely Lizzie. She was very calculated and still is. Still is, y'all. Still is. Okay. So let me see. Hold on. So like I said, this specific police call was made on March 3rd, 2022. Now, mind you, I did get the police cam video because, like I said, all of this is public record. I did get the police cam video, but it was redacted so much to where you didn't see nothing. The only thing it showed was the officer driving up to their home, and then once he rung the doorbell, all you can see is RH. RH was so small, y'all, because at that time he was going through his cancer battle. So he was real tiny. All you could see is him. And once he opened the door, everything else was redacted, blurred, and muted. So it just was a waste. It didn't even pay to show y'all that. Right? So but I do have this incident report. So hold on. Like I said, March 3rd, 2022. Keep that date in mind because this happened at the beginning of the year, and then the big social media DV situation happened in October. So same year. So she definitely had a motive. She was definitely trying to figure out a way to get him. She was trying to figure out a way, y'all. And I think now, thinking back and thinking about all the messages, I think it had a lot to do with the fact that she knew he was going to eventually leave her. Because if you remember, her and Dawn was texting about the vow renewal, and she was telling Dawn it was called off at one point because RH said she didn't make him happy and that he didn't want to be with her no more. So then they ended up still getting married. How that happened? Remarried. How that happened? I have no clue. Because if a man tell me I ain't never made him happy in all the years we've been together, and he don't want to be with me no more, I'm not remarrying you. I don't care how much I paid for that wedding. She was a fool to pay for it by herself. But I know, I wish I would remarry a man did, let alone your husband. So that right there told me that it was a lot of issues in that marriage because he married her for a reason. So she had to have did a complete 360 for him to start feeling that way. Had to have done a complete 360 in that marriage for your husband to say you ain't never made him happy and he been wanting to leave since the first year. That's crazy. But I feel like I always say, RH stayed for them children. He stayed because he know her better than anybody. He know her in the home. He know that version of her, the domesticated one, the one who cooks or don't cook, the one who cleans or don't clean, the one who changes pampers or don't change pampers. He knows that version. And if y'all remember when that audio was released, shout out to Harmony because Harmony played that audio a couple months ago, probably about 2 months ago now, where LaOnya was recording RH. Emphasis on she was recording him. So he was unaware that he was being recorded. And he said in that audio that she was not a good mother, that she didn't cook, she didn't clean, and that Lala was taking care of Momo. That was in that audio. Now, mind you, he's thinking they're having a private conversation, so he ain't putting on for the camera. He talking just to his wife and vice versa. So you could say she was putting on for the camera and saying all kind of things and trying to antagonize him into going even harder on her as far as the verbiage, but he didn't know he was being recorded. So that's what made me feel like that was even more so of a truthful statement, right? Because RH ain't never came out here and dragged her like that. He ain't never came out here publicly and said, even though they going through their little custody situation and everything that's going on, we ain't never once heard that man come out here publicly, even with everything she did, and said that she was a bad mother, that she don't love her kids. He ain't never came out here and said that. Never. So that's another thing that makes me feel like what he said in that audio was truthful, especially in that moment of rage. Because a lot of times when a person is mad, they being truthful with their feelings, right? So let me see. Hold on, y'all. There was something on this first page I wanted to read. Okay, so on this one it says family violence information, children involved. No, that was major to me because on this one it said children wasn't involved, On the other one, it said children wasn't involved. That's the two that I have. So it's kind of like, this is interesting because one being a very, very public situation, the October 14th DV alleged DV situation, the kids weren't involved, right? And then you have this one from March 3rd, 2022 on the incident report, the kids weren't involved. So, and then if y'all remember, I showed y'all a text message a while back between her and Ayana where she tried to get a restraining order against LaTruth, and she said she couldn't use the kids because they weren't in the room, meaning they wasn't involved, right? They didn't hear anything, see anything. So that's interesting because she portrayed to the world that her kids witnessed so much from that marriage. It's like, what did they witness? You know, adults argue. It even get a little heated. You know, even some people cuss at their spouse. Not to say it's right because it's not right. It's verbal abuse on both ends, right? And they definitely had a verbally abusive marriage. Period. Both sides, right? But it happened. They not the first and they definitely won't be the last. It's just that their situation came to the internet and she tried to make it more than what it was. All right. So while I'm hold on, y'all. Let me pull this up and then I'm gonna start reading that paper to y'all, that incident report. I want to put this on the screen while I read it. Okay, let's see. Ooh. I don't know why I'm tired. I took a little nap. Took a little nap, little 1, 2. Wait, I'm missing. Hold up, one. Okay, no, I'm not. I didn't put the other one. Okay, let me pull this one up on the screen. The one we need, baby. Okay, I'm gonna read this to y'all, and then y'all be able to see it on the screen too. Let me take this off, and then after I read this, I'm gonna read that incident report to y'all. Okay, so most of y'all probably don't remember this, but I did, show this throughout the saga because it's very relative to the saga. This was a post and delete. And one thing about post and delete, especially when it comes from Laonia, that's an immediate red flag for me. Anytime she posts and deletes something, it's indicative of deceptiveness, red flag, and just being downright malicious, right? So, and dishonest, disingenuous, which is equivalent to deceptiveness. But so she posted this early on in the saga, y'all. Early on in the saga. And what was attached to this, see, this was on her Instagram story. This is when she was still going under the Mr. Truth name, right? And you can see there's a play button in the middle. Under the play button is an argument. It's an audio where her and RH was arguing and she was recording him without his knowledge, right? So the argument was based around hold on, let me think. This is so long ago. Matter of fact, I have it. I have the audio. I just have to find it. So the argument was based around her coming out here and allowing people to run with the woman beater narrative, right? So he was telling her, they basically was discussing the tote situation and what happened with that. And she was trying to say, oh, you hit me with that tote. And he was like, I did not hit you. I put the tote over you to stop you from kicking me. So they was going back and forth on that audio with that. And then that's when he started saying, I have daughters. You gonna keep allowing people to run with this woman beater narrative on social media? And she was like, no, I'm gonna address it and let them know when you stop lying. So she wanted him to own up to hitting her with the tote and not what he said, which was, I didn't hit you. My intentions was not to hit you. It was to protect myself from you. Imagine that, y'all. Imagine somebody giving you an ultimatum and holding a woman beater narrative over your head, saying, the only way I'm going to correct that lie is if you go out there and tell them you hit me with the toe. So what's the purpose of you correcting the lie? Because if he was to say, yeah, I hit you with the toe, wouldn't he be a woman beater? Like, that makes sense, y'all. Well, that's how you knew she was lying. Like, even in that audio, that's how you knew she was lying. Because she was even saying, I'm gonna correct it once you own up to what you did. So why would you correct it if you feel like he did hit you with that? No, she didn't want to be embarrassed and she didn't want to look like the liar that she was. That's what it was, y'all. But like I said, RH didn't know he was being recorded. So he was going in on there saying, I have two daughters. You gonna really allow these people to believe that I'm a woman? He said, I wouldn't even play that in a movie. Like, why would you allow them to believe that or run with that narrative? And that's what she said. I'm going to correct it when you stop lying. So that's the audio that was attached to this screenshot right here. And in the screenshot, it says, this is key, y'all, to that incident report I'm about to read. She said, this is the abuse I was talking about for 6 years. Emotional and mentally draining daily. No physical. This was a post and delete. Keep that in mind. No physical. Emotional and mentally draining daily. Now pay attention to why she said she would call the police. The house was in my name. He couldn't get a place because of the eviction. If y'all remember, it was said he had an old eviction on his name. I think our age kind of explained that he said something with one of his family members, something like that, right? And it says he finally got approved after paying double deposit and rent. Emphasis on the house is in my name, because she would use that against him. And then she says, he says I didn't help him through his cancer journey. I'm such a bad wife and a liar and crazy, but he wouldn't leave. Remember that? Never. So why do y'all think I called the police? Y'all following me? Y'all getting what I'm putting down? Emotional. This is the abuse I was talking about for 6 years. Emotional and mentally draining dating. The house was in my name. He couldn't get a place because of the eviction. He finally got approved after paying double deposit and rent. He says I didn't help him through his cancer journey. I'm such a bad wife and a liar and a bad wife and liar and crazy, but he wouldn't leave never. So why do y'all think I called the police? Well, we thought you called the police because you said he was putting hands and feet on you. Am I tripping, y'all? This is why this post was a post and delete. Because she later came with a completely different storyline. Okay? But, of course, the OGs was able to snatch this right on up. Just like the audio that was played that made her look bad, so she deleted it off of social media. She posted a recording, y'all. She posted a recording of her recording him, that the one I just told y'all about, the whole woman eater situation, put the B on the front. And because it didn't fit her narrative, it made her look guilty and look like a liar. She deleted it shortly after. But of course, we got it. I didn't put it in videos in the past and all of that. But hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna check that email in a few. So what was I gonna say? There's something I want to say. I hate getting distracted because I get a brain fart. But y'all keep this in mind, y'all. She said, so why do y'all think I called the police? Right? Okay. And then I'm gonna read another one to y'all after I read this incident report. Make sure y'all hitting the like button for Pac. Please support my goal if y'all can. If y'all can't, just hit the like button, hype me up. All right. So the incident happened on March 3rd, 2022. Like I told y'all, the house was in her name, y'all. Well, I think this one was. I'm not sure. It could have been in his name because it was the last year of their marriage. So it might have been in his name, but she was paying the bills at that time. So I don't remember. Okay, so this is what tripped me out, y'all. This is what tripped me out. Now, mind you, RH didn't go to jail right here. He didn't go to jail. Y'all know he said, and remember I played that interview for y'all the other day with him and that lady, and RH was kind of like, and we got to finish that interview too, because on that interview, he was explaining the different incidents that happened where she called the cops on him, if y'all remember. And he said that, most of the time he would record, he would have footage or be recording her. And then when the police got there, he would be able to prove that he didn't do the things she was alleging, right? So on here, they said type of a bruise. That's what it say, y'all. This is the mind you, this is the incident report. So this is what the officer put on this report. Type of a bruise, it says superficial injuries. Oh Lord, when I seen that, I was like, oh my God. That alone told me that cop probably was like, this is a load of crap. Like, and you gotta think about it too. If the police was called multiple times, right? Then that's a clear indicator. 9 times out of 10, it probably was the same officer that was going out there. They might change every blue moon because of shift change or whatever. But I'm pretty sure if they stayed in the same location for a good little time, then 9 times out of 10 it was probably the same officer. I wouldn't be surprised. Let me just say that. Especially if the area they were staying in was small. Thank you, Miss Donna. I appreciate you, my love. So when I read it, I say superficial injuries. So, hold on, y'all. So hold on, let me see. Um, Let me find the other page. Because this is just basically their information. Uh you know what's crazy? Let me tell y'all. In Louisiana, I don't know how it is in Georgia. Maybe somebody that's in Georgia can let me know. But in Louisiana, if a, if two people are married, right, and they live in the same home, and they call the police for a domestic situation, right, and the police can't determine who's at fault, or see, like let's say the wife got a black eye, busted lip, and the husband got a busted lip, scratches all on his face, clothes all torn up. Guess who going to jail? Both of them. Both of them. Now, if it's a situation where the wife got a black eye and a busted lip, and the husband is fine, then the husband going to jail. Long as they can see visible injuries, somebody is going to jail. Either both or one or the other. That's how it works in Louisiana. Okay? They cannot leave if injuries are present and visible. The police officer has a duty to arrest somebody. They cannot leave that. You leave them in, because if, okay, let's say both parties say, oh, we good, we good, we going, whatever, whatever. Now, being that they're married, the police officer can't make neither party leave the home. He can't, because it's a marital home. That's something that has to be handled through divorce court and such or whatever. But that's interesting, y'all. That's interesting. How does it work in Georgia? Okay, so let me see. Hold on. Uh, Order of protection in effect. No. How aggressor was identified. Testimonial evidence. Reason for no arrest. Insufficient probable cause. Y'all know what else? The kids was there and walked. Let me say that again. The kids were there and walked, because it's on this paper. It says, hold on, let me see. Wait. Just seen that part. Where is it? Hold on, y'all. Um, where's the part where it say the kids here? Uh, hold on. No, I take that back. I take that back. Well, I could have sworn I seen on the paper it said that they were there. Hold on. I know I ain't got another paper. I must have misread. Hold on, y'all. Let me look over it again. Because I could have sworn I seen on here that the kids and her daddy was there. Let's see. Ooh. Hmm. Say children involved, no. Children present, no. Um, reason for no arrest, insufficient probable cause, meaning that it wasn't enough to go off of. Order of protection in effect, no. Police actions, mediation, basically the police just talked to both of them. Type of abuse, superficial injuries. Photos taken, no. CSI called, no. Uniform follow up, no. Um, let's see. Premise vacate, no. Meaning that both stayed. Nobody left, I don't think. Hold on, for to see ID. Okay. Dang, I could have sworn that I seen that they were there. Let me make sure, y'all, because I don't want to give y'all the wrong information. But I know I read something where it says that they were there. Um, okay. What is my job? Wrong with that noise? It says surveillance system, ring camera system, first aid administered, no. Uh, use of force, no. Okay. I could have sworn I seen something with them cheering, y'all. I might be tripping, but I could have sworn I seen something that said them cheering was there. Well, maybe I was wrong. So they wasn't there, okay? Let me see. Okay, so let me start reading because I've been going on and on. So it says on 3/3/2022, I responded to the incident location in reference to a domestic dispute between Robert and Brianna Hampton. When I arrived, both parties were separated and interviewed. Interviewed. My bad. I spoke with Robert first. He explained that he has been out of work due to an illness and his wife has been paying all of the bills. If y'all remember, this was back in 2022 when RH was going through his cancer situation. So that was already established that she was paying the bills for the last 2 years of the marriage, right? Well, I can't even say the last two because even in that audio, well, maybe so because RH said on the audio that he paid all the bills in the house for the first 4 years of the marriage, and she agreed when he said that. So, excuse me, y'all. It could be possible that she paid everything because he was, like I said, when I seen him on that video, y'all, he was so tiny. Like, so he was definitely he hadn't even had his surgery yet, but because this was in March, I think RH had his cancer surgery in April. So the very next month, y'all. So he was so tiny. On that video, I'm gonna see if I can get a screenshot and show y'all that part. So, and that's from the ring. That's from the police cam, whatever they call it, police cam video when he pulled up to the house. RH opened the door. Okay, so let me read that again. I spoke with Robert first. He explained that he has been out of work due to an illness and his wife has been paying all of the bills. He stated that on this date, she started arguing with him and eventually started slapping him. Robert stated he pushed her away only in self-defense. He had no visible injuries and declined to prosecute. Robert stated, wait, hold on. Robert stated is willing to leave the residence, but she did. Oh, no, he was. My bad, y'all. I read that wrong. It says Robert stated he was willing to leave the residence, but she didn't allow him to and blocked his path. Sound familiar, y'all? Sound familiar? What Dawn said about Janelle when Janelle and Bree got into it, and Janelle was trying to leave and she was blocking all the doorways. Sounds familiar? So, hold on. Let me see where I'm at. Robert stated, wait. Let me just read it over. I'm tripping. Okay, I spoke with Robert first. He explained that he has been out of work due to an illness and his wife has been paying all of the bills. He stated that on this date, she started arguing with him and eventually started slapping him. Robert stated he pushed her away only in self-defense. He had no visible injuries and declined to prosecute. Robert stated he was willing to leave the residence, but she didn't allow him to and blocked his path when he tried to pack his belongings. He was trying to leave. And then it says, I then spoke with Brianna. She stated that Robert attacked her and threw her into a closet. She did not have any visible injuries and declined to prosecute. Imagine that, y'all. Imagine that. Imagine a man attacking you, and she said he attacked her and threw her in a closet. But the officer said she didn't have not one visible injury. Not a scratch, not a little bruise, not a little, like nothing. So that man attacked you and you ain't had not one mark, nothing that was good enough for the police to make an arrest. Not one mark. I need to know what she mean when she say attack, right? Because you know, if we going back to the Toad situation, she said he attacked her then. To come to find out, she was the aggressor. She was the aggressor. That's real interesting. That's real interesting because I could see RH being, because if y'all remember, another thing that RH said in that interview with that girl is that whenever they would get into it, he would always try to leave and go to a hotel. Or he would leave and go to a hotel. So that's interesting. And she don't seem like the type that would just allow a man to just leave, you know, because of her jealousy and insecurity, child. What time it is? Hold on, y'all. Okay, I gotta watch the time for my baby. Thank you, Ray. Thank you for my coffee, my love. I appreciate you. I'm drinking some 9. It's cold. I need to warm it. So it says, hold on, y'all. Brianna wanted us to make Robert leave. Imagine her wanting them to make him leave when he tried to leave anyway. I'm pretty sure the officer seen that he was trying to pack his stuff. Pretty sure he had a bag. He had clothes there. So imagine she wanting them, the police, to make him leave when he was trying to leave during the altercation. Ain't that some shit? So the cop said, okay, Brianna wanted us to make Robert leave, but I explained to her that I could not because they were married. I did explain to both parties on how to obtain a temporary protective order and to stay away from one another. I did not make an arrest because there was not enough probable cause. Let me tell y'all something. Listen, in these situations, police officers are supposed to use their judgment. Even if, you know, it ain't no visible injuries or nothing like that. Because let's say something was to happen after the fact, right? That police officer would be held liable. He'll be partially responsible. So I feel like it's a little more to it, and he probably felt like she was lying. Because knowing RH and the type of person that he is, he probably had something that he was showing. I I could see LaTrue trying to show that cop videos and everything of how she be cutting up. I could see that. And the cop probably was like, oh, hell no. Like, because one thing we know about RH is he record everything. It ain't a lie. Like, he recorded everything. So I could see him, showing the cop this, showing the cop that. I could even see Walter siding with LaTrue, like he did October 2022 after he figured out what was really going on. If we can remember, Walt was outside with LaTrue, consoling him. Calm yourself down. Just calm yourself down. When LaTrue said she told him I had a GUN, he was like, she did what? Now that didn't, y'all, now that I think about it, now that I think about that, so this is the same man, Walt, the same man that said RH said he was going to allegedly unalive Laonia, the kids, and himself. That's the same man that was outside consoling RH when the police pulled up, and also the same man who couldn't believe that his daughter told the police that her husband had a GUN. I just thought about that. That is crazy. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be outside consoling the ninja, and he could. Why wasn't he in the house with his daughter? Think about it, y'all. Ain't no way I'm gonna be outside consoling the ninja that told me just a couple months. Because at that time, that alleged thing that he said already said, that was still fresh. That was still fresh. That situation. So if RH really said that, why was Walt outside consoling him when the cops came? You would think he would have some type of disdain towards RH at that time and be really, really overly protective of Laonia. That's crazy. Wow. Yes, he was, and the GUN was in the yup. But that's the thing. He never said he didn't have one. He said it was in his vehicle. He said it was in his vehicle, y'all. And because they had that in the report and everything. So, and if y'all remember, I played the audio for y'all. This was last week sometime maybe, where I was playing the audio where RH and Laonia was, talking about how Walt be lying and stuff, and how Bree was telling Ayana on the phone because RH was recording her, and she was saying, the pictures that RH had with his GUN, I'm the one who took those pictures. He ain't never made me feel mentally or anything like that, like he was going to, or she said he ain't never intimidated me or made me feel like he was going to do something to me with his GUN. I played that clip a couple days ago, probably last week. So that's crazy. It's so many lies involved in this situation, y'all. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I don't feel like no man is, no black man. There is no black man that is lucky enough to have the police called on him that many times and he not get arrested not one time. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way in hell. You know what? I personally think that, because we still don't know how many times the police was called. We do know that RH was honest and said they were called multiple times during the marriage, frivolous calls. When she would get pissed off and she didn't get her way, or they had an argument or whatever, she would always call the cops and create some type of scenario. Because the whole he attacked me and pushed me in the closet, I don't believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second. And the reason why I don't believe that is because, one, he was frail. RH was so tiny, y'all. He was so small. Imagine somebody, he barely looked $150 at that time. Like I say, that's when he had lost all of that weight, because he was trying to lose the weight himself so he didn't have to remove his stomach. But he still had to remove his stomach because the cancer was there, right? So that's when he was at his smallest, the month before his surgery. She do this. And then had the nerve to tell the police that he attacked her and threw her in the closet. But she had not one scratch, not one bruise, no little red mark, clothes wasn't torn up, none of that. So how did he attack you? I'm confused. It could have been the smallest little thing, y'all, and they would have arrested him. They would have arrested him. If she had a scratch, they would have arrested him. That is crazy. Okay? That's crazy. But yep. So hold on, y'all. Wait, what this is? Not sure why. I don't know why, y'all. That's the Jay. You the second person that sent me a cash app because y'all can't send super stickers. I don't know what it is. Anybody else having that problem? If y'all are, I don't know what it is. Like, that's the second person. It was who else? Somebody else sent me one early in the live and said, for some reason I can't send supers, and then now the J. I don't know why, y'all. It gotta be something on y'all end because a few people sent me a super sticker throughout this live. So it might be something on y'all end. I could now if it would have been where nobody can send them, then I would have been like, okay, now YouTube, what y'all got going on? So it gotta be something on y'all end. True Slayer said Mr. Barnes also allegedly said she was blocking him from leaving, did he? I could have sworn, wait, didn't Latay did say that. I wish Latay was in here. She did say that, y'all. What's up, Big Flay? Shout out to you, my love. Latay did say that whenever that incident happened between what is his real name? Mr. Barnes and Laonia, that she was trying to block him from. So she got a habit of trying to make a man stay in a fight with her. Altercation, a verbal altercation, a physical. She has like maybe she thinks she got that manly, she got manly energy or something. Like, I could win this fight. That because who the hell is stopping a man from leaving when y'all in an altercation? Besides somebody who's toxic, drama filled, abusive, aggressive, the aggressor. Only the aggressor tries to stop the other party from leaving a heated situation. Period. Only the aggressor. There is no scenario where the aggressor is not trying to stop what the other party. The victim is trying to stop the other party from leaving. No. Because if you scared, you scared. You would think she was scared because she called the cops. But here, this was what brings me back. Hold on, y'all. Thank you, Tokyo. I appreciate you, my love. This incident report brings me back to this post. This is why I put this on the screen, y'all. Let me read it again now since we done read that. This the abuse I was talking about for 6 years. And what she was referring to, they fussing verbally, verbal altercations, y'all. Nothing physical. And then it says emotional and mentally draining daily. We all know that emotional and mental abuse has nothing to do with physical, only mental. Okay. The house was in my name. He couldn't get a place because of the eviction. He finally got approved after paying double deposit and rent. He says I didn't help him through his cancer journey. I'm gonna go back to that too. I'm such a bad wife and a liar and crazy, but he wouldn't leave. Never. So why do y'all think I called the police? Think about it like this, y'all. Could she have called the police and told the police, "Oh, I just want my husband to leave. We got into a verbal altercation and I just want him gone." Could she have done that and they made him leave? Or did she have to find a reason for them to make him leave or to arrest him? Because according to this post right here, what she said, "Why do y'all think I called the police?" But this post has nothing to do with physical. And why is it that we never heard about him attacking her and throwing her into a closet? Why is it that we never heard about that, y'all? You would think that would be something major if you're trying to portray yourself as a victim on social media and stating that you've been through so many abusive situations with your husband. This literally happened the same year as the big DV situation on social media. Why was this never mentioned, y'all? Why was this never mentioned? That's interesting. Ain't that interesting, y'all? What time it is? Uh, Hold on, y'all. Let me text my daddy back. Couldn't answer. Okay, that's it. My father was texting me. Yeah, y'all, like, make it make sense. This is what she told social media. There is nothing physical here. She said, "This is the Bruce I was talking about for 6 years. Nothing physical." She didn't say emotional and mentally draining daily and a little bit of physical. She didn't say that. She didn't say mostly or 75% mentally draining and emotional and 25% physical. She didn't say that. She said, "This is the abuse I was talking about for 6 years." They were only married for 6. And then next thing you know, because people not falling for it because the story kept changing, then we getting all these different incidents that involves a physical situation. Cap City. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I think she would call the cops. I think she's the type of person that will call the cops on RH because if y'all remember uh the video that I don't know if it was RH released it or her. I think RH released one part. No, you know what it was? Her side released one part and then RH released the whole video. If y'all remember when RH bust through the doors when she locked him out the room. Y'all remember that? That was another one that came out. He bust through the door. It's like double doors or whatever. They try to make it seem like he just incredible Hulk them doors. He just barely pushed them doors, child. He ain't do that. He ain't give that no energy. They try to make it more than what it was. But if y'all remember that situation, during that argument, RH was telling her, um, this is how it feels. Now, because at that point, that house was in his name. So he was like, now you gotta deal with it. Now you can't put me out, just for no reason. If I gotta find that, I gotta find that. Because that video made a lot of sense. That video is like it'll validate a lot of this, y'all, basically. Because in that argument, who remember that? Hey Gianna, hey True Slayer. She said, "Hey y'all, I'm driving." Who remember that, y'all? Because he was telling her, now you can't just put your husband out anytime you feel like it, or because we get into argument. See, at first she was getting the houses in her name, even though he was paying all the bills. He was paying all the bills for the first 4 years, but she was getting the houses in her name, and he was paying all the bills because he had that eviction on his stuff. She said it right here. Well, she didn't say, he was paying all. We know he was paying all the bills according to that audio that he put out, right? But I'm talking about the eviction. She said right here he couldn't get the house in his name because of the eviction until he finally got approved after paying double deposit and rent, right? So that's when he had that other house. You ready to go get to it? Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. My bad. My baby gotta go get Ham from the end of the road because I thought y'all that pissed me off yesterday. That's another thing. Why y'all think Ham them got a new bus? He got a new bus driver, y'all. And one of the rules, I'm off topic a little bit, but I'm gonna jump back on. One of the rules is with the bus drivers, they can only pick the kids up in front of the house if, like, let's say when they make their turn, the bus can't go into the grass. Like the tires can't touch the grass on the streets when they making their turn. If so, they can't go down that road, if that makes sense. This lady cannot drive, y'all. When I tell y'all all the kids in our subdivision, the buses pick them up in front of their homes, except for Ham's bus driver, because she cannot make that turn. She don't know how to make that. She's new, but I'm laughing, but it made me so mad because it's hard to calculate what time she gonna pick Ham up in the morning. So we gotta get out there extremely early just to let's say a child that she pick up beforehand miss the bus in the morning, so then she's not at her exact time. So that pissed me off. I was so mad. Thank you, Sue. Be careful. um that pissed me off, y'all. I'm like, how you can't make that turn like that? Every bus in the parish come down our subdivision for these kids back here, and we gotta go to the end of the road because this lady don't know how to turn, make a wide turn with that damn bus. Oh Lord have mercy. Me and the neighbor was so mad. My neighbor across the street, because we be communicating in the mornings for these kids, her grandson and me and him. Like, oh my God. But anyways, y'all, I just had to tell y'all that because I was laughing, but I ain't gonna lie, I was mad yesterday because I'm like, wow. See if I get out the house go there. Thank you, Ray. Thank you for my super. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so what was I saying, y'all? Yeah, make it make sense. Like it's not adding up. It's not adding up. And like I said, I feel like because RH started getting the houses in his name, um she lost that control. She lost that control, but and that's probably why she would also, well, either or, because she could call, even if the house is in his name, she could still call and say, oh, he did this or he did that, and I want him to leave because they were married. So it don't matter who named the houses in when you married. If something happens, the police is going to make one or the other leave. But this is how you know that a situation is not serious, right? Because anytime you call the police, and this is a fact, if y'all have any police friends, any, anybody in law enforcement, you can validate what I'm saying, right? I don't want to just tell y'all anything. Validate it for yourselves. But anytime it's a domestic situation, a family V situation, or anything like that, right? If there is not enough probable cause, the police can still make one or the other leave or stay there until one or the other decides, hey, well, I'm gonna go get a hotel so we can cool off for the night, right? That police officer didn't make neither party leave. He didn't have to say, even though he could say, well, y'all gonna have to deal with that in divorce court or whatever. I can't make neither leave, but they can make one go to a hotel for the night. They can do that. And he didn't do that. So that told me that it really wasn't nothing there. It really wasn't nothing there. Because think about it. What? That's a tough decision. And I know a lot of y'all, I know a lot of police officers around here. Um, and that's a tough decision to make because say something was to happen after the fact, and you didn't have enough probable cause in the first situation, the first incident, and you left both parties there, and then something happened after the fact, you are held somewhat liable. The family can sue, right? Sue the police department or whatever, parish, whatever, city. But that's crazy. Like he didn't even make neither one go get a hotel room. RH volunteered to leave. He volunteered to leave. And he said he was trying to leave while they were arguing, but she was blocking him and stopping him from getting his stuff. That's crazy to me. That is crazy. And I don't see RH lying about, I don't see him lying about, oh, I was trying to get my belongings, because he gives me the type that will leave and go to a hotel room. He give me that type. He gives me that type of person. But that's crazy. So let me see. Let me take this down because I wanted to show y'all something else that I found in my receipts, y'all. Let me show y'all these. I don't, y'all, and the crazy part is I don't know. I don't even remember this post. I don't remember this post. I don't know what date it was posted. Maybe one of y'all might remember. Oh, let me see. Somebody sent me an email too. Hold up, y'all. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got, baby. Hopefully it's not audio. Where is it? There's definitely something going on between those two because she would never miss the opportunity to post them. Mm. Oh shoot! Shout out to Janelle. Shout out to Mother Janelle. Oh my God! This make me want to do a whole nother live. This make me want to get off this live and start over, y'all. Shout out to the person who just sent me this because I did not see this. I went on his page yesterday and I did not see this post. Oh my God. Let me tell y'all something. Wow. How did I miss this? How did my sources miss this? This is crazy. I gotta show y'all this. Something definitely going on, y'all. I can tell y'all that for a fact with this post. With this right here that Janelle posted in his story yesterday. Oh yeah. Now little Miss hysterectomy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hold up. Let me send it to my email. One thing about listen, I stand corrected, right? Because y'all know I've been telling y'all, I said, I don't feel like if something happened this time, neither one of them gonna say nothing because both have a little bit of a piece of a brand left to try to protect. Because, ooh, excuse me, so much then came out. We do know that Laonia's brand for the most part is ruined, right? She done did so much to where it's not hitting the way it used to hit. She used to could sell business classes, one-on-one business classes for $4.99, $500 a piece. Now she gotta do it for $14.99, $29.99 in an ebook, right? Even though she took that from Dr. Jill. But not that one. She took the breaking up and forth from Dr. Jill. But I really believe that nothing was gonna be put out, or a little subliminal here and there. But this right here, oh, hold on, y'all. I'm joking. This right here, y'all. This is a major subliminal. That's why I say shout out to him, because if y'all remember, whenever the whole hysterectomy video came out and the whole her lying about getting her tubes tied came out, y'all remember Pac telling y'all, I said, y'all, I don't think Janelle knew. I think she probably told him the same lie she told the internet. Who remember me saying it? I said, I feel like she probably told him the same lie she told the internet. Because why would she, like make it make sense? She had him believing that her tubes was tied just like everybody else. Think about it. They even had tubal, C-section with tubal on her hospital card. She ain't tell that man. She didn't tell that man. He probably found out, just like everybody else, that she never tied them tubes. Let me show y'all this. And now I really believe something going on after this was sent to me. Because one thing about Janelle, he gonna let it be known some kind of way. And that's why she had he was in the comments one day saying how he always embarrassing her or doing stuff on social media and then she gotta clean it up. I don't think she can clean this one up. Hold up. I'm pulling it up, y'all. I see y'all talking about spill it pop. Let me pull it up. I had to wait for it to send to my email. But I told y'all, I said, I bet y'all she never told Janelle she was trying to get baby number 7 out of him. She was trying to hope for baby number 7. I'm telling y'all. All right. So Janelle posted this in his story yesterday, and I didn't even get it. 16 hours ago, 30-day lock-in, let's go. That's what he put. This is his caption over this post. Now, the post says, the power of semen retention and fasting, why every man should practice it. And then he put 30-day lock-in, let's go. Y'all know what that mean, huh? Y'all know what he's saying here, huh? Who knows? Y'all know what he's saying right there, huh? This is definitely a subliminal, but this is a strong subliminal and right on time with the whole hysterectomy tubal removal, right? Okay, listen, no frog legs. This means he ain't taking no mother effing chances plugging her up again. This is him saying, yeah, I'm finna be Mr. Celibate. At least with her, he is. At least with her. We all know he got that community ping, right? We all know that. But I don't think he's finna take a chance at having another baby. Because if y'all remember, Pretty Bree said they used protection. Okay? Laonia is his woman. Well, at least we think she is at this time. I don't think she is at this time, but she was his woman. I think they done broke up. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong because they break up every 5 to 7 business days, get right back together. But I think this was a major lie right here. This was a major lie. And he ain't going. That man say he ain't going. Why would Janelle post something like this on social media, y'all? And of all places, like, well, I think this is an Insta. Wait, is this the Instagram post? This ain't Facebook, huh? I think he posted this on. Hold on, let me see what his. Hold on, I'll tell y'all. Let me see what his profile picture is on Facebook. Janelle said, "Oh no, ma'am, we ain't doing that." Oh, this is Facebook. Oh, yeah. He wanted her to see that, y'all. He wanted. Oh, he out of town too. I'm out of town, thugging with my brown. Is he out of town? Yep. He got his little out of town, little spend a night little whole bag. He got a little whole bag. Listen, he wanted her to see this, y'all. He wanted her to see this because think about it. Janelle don't post a whole lot on Facebook. He don't post a whole lot on Facebook, y'all. He posts a lot on Instagram. He be on Twitter. He be on TikTok. He be on Snapchat. Facebook is the place where you know what's crazy. He's only I think he might be monetized on the other ones now. She might have helped him with the other ones, but Facebook he's monetized on Facebook for sure. But if y'all notice, he don't post a lot on Facebook. Like when he do post the twins, like with little things he do, it's not uh every day. You might see him post one day, then 3, 4, 5 days later he'll do it again. So he don't post a lot, or he'll post in his story, or it's always something about the twins or himself or work related. Other than that, he ain't posting. So this right here, yeah, this was a major subliminal. This was loud as hell. This was loud as hell. 30 days. Listen, ooh, child, he finna be cutting up in them streets wherever he at because he just posted a picture an hour ago, and he he say drip severe, like to say his drip is on point, right? And uh, he's out of town. You could tell he's out of town. He's in a hotel because you could see the windows across the street, like from the other, wherever he's staying at. So I'm guessing he got a little acting gig. I'm not sure. And like he got a filter on too. He definitely wear filters. Um, that is crazy, y'all. Let him know that's that real hair. I hate when they do that, like to try to say shade RH. Baby, as if bald men can't be sexy too. Since when it mattered if men have hair? Like, since when that mattered? I thought it mattered if women have hair, women have edges. Since when it's made a big deal? Because baby, Morris chestnut. Listen, ain't nobody caring about no hair on that chocolate man. Y'all need to stop. Like, it's the comparison. Because at the end of the day, y'all could go off of hair, but if we going off for looks when it come to RH and Janelle, we all know who gonna win, okay? So they need to stop. They're always in the comments saying, trying to compare them to men, child. And it's the same people that's over there talking about they cheering, they twins. Saying, oh, I hope they don't look like Janelle, or hope they or this why they ain't posting them, because they let me show y'all this. Because I ain't gonna y'all, when I tell y'all this is what we call this is gonna be called our little nosy tea right here. When we go on the pages and we go in the comments, that's gonna be our little nosy tea set. Okay? Because listen, when I tell y'all they over there eating him up, eating him down in them comments. All right, let me hold up, y'all. Where's my okay? Uh hold up. That man got on a whole filter. Y'all over there talking about how y'all is the crazy part is they go from clowning his childhood picture to loving the picture of that he just posted, and you can clearly see he got a filter on. He wear them filters faithfully, baby. All right, let me pull this up. All right, so this is what he just posted, y'all. Can you make it even bigger? Yeah. This is what he posted. You can clearly see that man got a filter on. Well, you'd have to zoom in. You'd have to zoom in. Lupac, I was thinking you was going live later on this evening. I gotta go to the store, so that's why I did it at this time. But I'm gonna probably do a members only live nightcap later tonight. It depends on what time I get back from the store. But if I don't, I'm gonna probably do it tomorrow morning because I got some stuff for my members too. So if y'all ain't a member, y'all got to grab that membership for that tea. Okay. Let me see. All right, but yeah, like I said, y'all have to zoom in to really see that he got a filter on. Okay, let me let's go in them comments. where they eating him alive. The buckwheat picked the child. When I tell y'all the fact that he posted buckwheat in the comments is what got me. So he posted this yesterday. He put laugh out loud, my first ever JC Penney acting headshot, right? First of all, he'd have to prove that to me. I'm sorry. Because yeah. But let me show y'all what these people is saying in these comments, child. When I tell y'all they are doing the most, look, he posted buckwheat himself. He posted buckwheat. I wish I could make it bigger. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. You say what Lucas gonna do us like that? What happened? What I did, Miss Yumika? Okay, so he posted buckwheat, y'all. He posted it at the top of the comments. But y'all, I I wish they would quit bringing them babies into it. Cause they, when I tell y'all they bringing them babies into it, like they are bringing the babies. Matter of fact, y'all, why somebody sent me Janelle baby picture? Let me show y'all. Somebody sent me this picture right here. Yeah, but I don't like that, y'all. I don't like when they say, oh, they when they I don't like when they make comments about those babies' looks. Like it make me cringe. I guess because I'm not that type of person to talk about people's kids. Like I don't do stuff like that. I'm like that, y'all. You ain't gotta do that. Like you don't have to do that. That's some babies. Them babies ain't picked them. They didn't get to pick their parents. Hold on, y'all. My baby back. Hey. I'm glad you had a better day, my love. Okay, I'm on loud. Talk to you when I finish, okay? Okay. All right. Y'all ham come as soon as she get home, she take her shower, baby. All right, let me show y'all this. Wait, what was I gonna show y'all? I forgot. Ham made me lose my thought. So let's go back to here. So they was going in, y'all. Somebody say Stella got her groove back, Whoopi Goldberg. When I tell y'all they drug him for filth, but he know what he doing. He know what he doing. He posted that for a reason. That's not the first time he didn't posted it. If y'all remember, if y'all go through his pictures, he posted this very same picture a couple months ago. And when I tell y'all he's doing it for the engagement, he know exactly why he doing it. Because somebody in the comments said that, and he replied to their comment. He replied to their comment, so he know exactly what he doing. But it still don't take away from the fact that they dragging the the shit out of him, and even bringing the babies into it also. Which that I don't agree with that. Somebody said, "I bet them babies look just like him. Is that why they haven't shown them?" Oh my! Like, see, that's the type of comments they making. I don't agree with that, y'all. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, um, who you choose as your partner, you gotta expect that your cheering is a possibility that your cheering might look like. Okay, so if y'all can remember, Laonia even made statements about calling Janelle ugly when they got into it before. She said that herself. So that's how she feel about her partner, but she still chose to procreate with him. So that's on her body. That's on her body at the end of the day. But I don't agree with grown people making statements like that about kids because they stay baby. They didn't ask to be here. They didn't choose them funky ass parents. They didn't choose them. Listen, let me shut up. They did not choose them, y'all. So leave them babies alone. Leave them alone. They don't even want to show them cheering. People like, oh, she showed Amora. She showed Momo. She showed did. I ain't gonna lie, she did show. She showed the hell out of Momo, baby. Momo was getting posted left and right since she came out the womb. Okay, and I do agree. Let me say this. I don't agree with the adults, saying certain things off about the baby's looks. I don't agree with that. But I do agree that when people say, "Oh, she feel a certain way about it," because I feel like that's an insecurity. That's an insecurity that she has, and she's projecting it over onto her kids. We all know how she is when it comes to looks. She compares everybody's looks to hers all throughout the saga. Anytime somebody had something to say about her, she was talking about their looks. She was posting them in her story. She was, like they could say, "Oh, you need to grow up," and then she'll go get their profile picture and say, you shouldn't be saying anything looking the way you looking," as if you have to look a certain way to make a comment. That's crazy to me. But she talked about people's looks the whole entire saga. And that's a fact. Like, that's her go-to. That's her go-to. So, it's real crazy how now all of a sudden you keeping your babies hidden from the world, but you didn't do that with your other kids. So now you got all of these people making the assumption that, oh, they must look like him. Well, who else they gonna look like? He is the daddy, you know. They look like her and they look like him. He's the daddy. So I mean, that's not a secret, right? It ain't a secret. But I do personally feel like if she felt that they looked a certain way to her standard, she would be posting them regardless of what he said. And that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. But I feel like, because here's the thing, right? If you notice, whenever people say, "Well, why y'all not posting them?" She'll say something like, "Oh, well, y'all already dragging them, or assuming they look a certain way, so why would I post them?" Well, if they don't look that way, then why wouldn't you post them? Like, make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, no parent should feel or project their insecurities or low self-esteem onto their babies. It's not right and it's not fair. It's not right. Shut up, Ham. Ham, Ham, mind your business. Get y'all knees, bro. I ain't even tell y'all what she said. I ain't even tell y'all what Ham. Ham, close that door. Close the door, Ham. Get out of my business. So, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I feel like it's a part of her low self-esteem and insecurities, because at the end of the day, we know how she is. We can make a strong assumption of why the babies are not being posted based on how she moved, because we've been covering this saga since the beginning, and she has a strong obsession with people's looks, even her own. Like, she has this weird obsession with looks. She uses it for everything, validation, comparison, all of that. Like, that's crazy to me. But that's her thing, y'all. That's her thing. And I really do feel like that's part of the reason, because she says it in the comments. She says it like, so y'all, whenever people say, "Why you not posting?" She'll say, "So y'all could drag them." Well, why would they drag them if there's nothing wrong? People gonna say something. You can have the prettiest baby in the world, and somebody's still gonna find something wrong, especially if it's a hater, like a troll. They still gonna say something ignorant. So it really don't matter. It really don't matter, child. Um, I'm gonna just tell y'all, because I don't want people thinking that my child said something, disrespectful or anything. But she was listening to me talk, and she said, she she said, "My mama posts me all the time." So I just I just wanted to put that out there, because I don't want nobody to think that my child don't act grown. Okay, we don't do that here. We don't play that. Period. And she ain't disrespectful. So I just wanted to put that out here before people start saying, "Oh, she let her child." No, no, she don't. I don't play that. I don't play none of that, baby. I'm old school. But that's what she said, y'all. She was like, "My mama posts me all the time." Well, All right, so let me finish reading a few more of these comments because I'm gonna get off here so I can go to the store and then I'm gonna probably come back and go live members only later. So if you ain't a member, one of the mods, y'all, please put the membership link in the chat. Y'all not a member and y'all want to join us over there, y'all gotta grab that membership. I got some spicy tea, baby. Okay, I got listen. It might be another lawsuit. Listen, y'all. I got some tea. So y'all, if y'all want to join us over there, y'all gotta grab that membership. Okay. But I'm gonna go live members only later, and if I can't, it's gonna be in the morning. But more than likely, I'll probably do a little quick 1 hour nightcap later. So somebody said, let's see, he looked like that lady. He looked like that one lady off Living Single Maxine. That one took me out because he do look like that child. So, did somebody say he looked like dude from Little Rascals? Somebody say, I promise if those babies were cute, they would have been all over the internet. Everyone on social media that had twins have shown them very proud mothers. They even talked about Peach babies. That's true. She didn't give a dang and they look like their dad. That's a fact. That is true, y'all. They drug Peach's babies on TikTok from what I heard. I'm barely on TikTok, so I didn't see it for myself. But I did hear people saying that they was dragging Peach babies on TikTok, which I don't understand why. Because in my opinion, her twins is so precious. Like she has some very, very cute twins. So I was like, why are they dragging them? They cute to me, but I don't look at kids in that type of light anyways. But she didn't give a F. She didn't care. Peach knows she getting to the bag. She has family content and she know that's a bag and her kids gonna benefit from it later on. At the end of the day, this is the thing, but you gotta be real careful with how you shield your kids from everything. From everything, not specific things, from everything. Because at the end of the day, you could be softening them too much. And then once all of that negativity or whatever or the backlash hits them, they don't know how to react to it. They won't be able to handle it. So you got to be real careful with stuff like that. You got to be real, real careful. As parents, it's up to you to make certain judgments and, be able to explain certain things to your kids so that they can know how to deal with certain things when they get a little older. They ain't gonna be able to shield them forever. Trust the plus, child. Somebody say, I know she look at them twins and think twice, but hey, the mama babies. See, it's comments like that. I was like, bro, why did they put that? Like, they had to do that. Somebody said, I see why she doesn't show them twins. Buckwheat say, bro, they was going in. Like, they could have left it on just him. They didn't have to. The twins wasn't posted in this post. It was his childhood picture. Like, they could have left it at just him, y'all. They didn't have to do the most with it, okay? They didn't have to do the most, child. They was going in. Somebody say, trust me, JC Penner would have been closed down if you was stopped. His face is a mixture of a grown man and a young boy. The mouth gives grown man, and the rest of the face gives little boy. And then some dude said, "Oh, young man looking ass." Y'all, they was eating him up, but he knew what they was doing. Let me see if I can find that comment where he replied. He knew what Janelle know what he doing, y'all. This here right here, matter of fact. This here right here. A lady say Ja is a smart, secure dude. He doesn't give a F what people say. Keep commenting though, and then she put the little money tongue emojis. So Janelle replied with this emoji. Not emoji, with this gift. Like he crying, y'all. He know exactly what he doing. He don't care. He's not LaOnya. He don't care about being drugged on social media. Now he cares to a certain extent if it's affecting his bag, his jobs and stuff. But all like he has thicker skin than her. Let me just say that. You could tell by the text message from behind the scenes. He'll be telling her to stop responding. Stop, like he'd be like, you don't listen, like stop responding. And if y'all notice certain lives that she did where he would walk in and she would change quickly change the subject because she knew he don't like that. He don't like when she be going back and forth with people on social media and stuff. um, let me see. I didn't see these. And the looks of the side faces you show of your kids, I know they funny looking like you. I put this picture back in the box. Um, they got some good ones too. Somebody say, now I know what Jasir looks like. I bet a splitting image of you. Love the picture. He still looks the same. Lord help him. That was funny. Y'all the people crazy. Somebody say, Janelle, now you knew they was gonna eat your ass up. My side hurt. He knew that. And this is why you ask men to see they baby. This is why you ask men to see they baby pics before having their kids. That was a good one. That is a good one because baby, them the man genetics is strong. Let me say that. The man's genetics are very, very strong. So 9 times out of 10, yeah, the child might look like the mama sometimes, but more often than not, the the child is going to look like the daddy or how a lot of dad's features. Somebody say, y'all come here, look at this, bro. Big head, you still look the same. Only difference is that your body caught up with your head. Nice photo though. His teeth. This one, y'all. Look how they try to be funny and play on Latruth top. His teeth is the size of Latruth's on a young age. Wow. Why they gotta bring Latruth into this? Why he can't get drugged by himself? Leave Latruth out of this. Latruth didn't got enough of this. It's his turn. It's his turn. Like, leave Latruth alone. That man he ain't on this post. And his picture ain't up here. Somebody said looking like buckwheat. A lot of comments was buckwheat, of course. Look like a grown man. Never mind, I'm not gonna say nothing. Hot mess. Somebody say you were a cutie. It's all of those teeth you were blessed with. That don't even go together. You could have played buckwheat, still look the same. You set yourself up. Oh my God, y'all so wrong in these comments. Still funny looking. I said that to myself, laughing out loud. Buckwheat. Now I see why Bree will not show the babies. That D gotta be good because you always look like Predator. The pro. Wow. Wow. Then this person say, well, at least your tongue not hanging out like you do now. Girly type of way. Stop. This AI, right? Bro, you look like Miles off Moesha here. No, he don't. I give him buckwheat, but not Miles. Nice picture. Nice child picture. Split image of yourself now, of your adult self now. He do. I agree. He still look the same to me. Like he just grew up. I still believe those are loner babies. Hashtag outgrown reborn dolls. Ain't no way. Ain't no, bruh, y'all. I can't believe people still thinking those babies are fake. With all of the videos, like to know, y'all, my grandmother on my mama side collects reborn dolls. Like, and she been collecting them for years to where her children even buy her reborn dolls as gifts. Like, when I tell you it's a big difference. It's a big difference. You gonna know. If you have ever had a reborn doll or seen one in person, you gonna know the difference between a reborn doll and a real human baby. Okay? And it ain't giving it. It ain't. You're gonna always be able to see the difference. Technology, I don't believe will ever be that good to where you can't differentiate between a reborn doll and a human baby. Now on the internet, it'll be difficult because they doing AI. But in real life, y'all, in real life, you gonna be able to tell the difference. And I think a lot of people got it misconstrued because I had some people sending me these people off the internet that was creating these reborn dolls and using AI filters to make them laugh, make them talk, make them move. And they didn't really, that's why they had to start. Because one lady in particular, y'all, I had a few people send me this same lady who would make these reborn dolls. And then what she'll do is she'll post them as reels, and she'll use this AI filter where it made them yawn, it made them giggle, it made them move a little bit, like make different faces, but she had to start putting disclaimers on them because people wanted to order them from her, thinking that they did all of that. So it was kind of like false advertising. And she had to start putting disclaimers on her videos and letting them know that that's just an AI feature. That she really make the dolls, but they don't do none of that. They don't move, they don't cry, they don't do none of that. So people were sending me that until I actually went look on the lady's page and seen that for myself. But that's why I said, in person, you're gonna know the difference. You're gonna know the difference. That's some real babies that she posting, y'all. You just gotta look at the videos. Especially at this point, like that's real babies. Ain't no reborn dolls moving, kicking their feet and doing all of that. I ain't seen none. Now, I done seen AI on the internet doing it, but not AI. I mean, not reborn dolls that I've seen personally. All right, so let me see. Me not giving an F. I thought this picture was taken of a little girl back in the day. Cute pic. I bet the babies look exactly like you. Nice pic. They just jealous, handsome king. And then somebody said, face only a mother could love. That picture isn't too appealing. Lord have mercy. That smile is super cute. You look bad as hell. Y'all, I didn't even see none of these, but they going in. Them people is going in. Well, I'm about to get off of here though, because Pam, stop. That's too much noise. Okay, let me turn this one off. I'm about to end it here, y'all, because I'm almost at 2 hours. But I'll be back later for a nightcap live. Yeah, I'm gonna do it tonight, y'all. I said I'm gonna probably either tonight or tomorrow, but I ain't gonna stay too long in the store, so I'll do the members only nightcap live later, so I can get this other tea off of me, because I've been promising my members that live. So tonight, y'all, once I get back from the store, I'm gonna jump back on. Okay, I promise. So if you're not a member and you want to join us later for the members only live for that tea, grab that membership. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being tuned in. Hope y'all enjoyed this live stream. I love y'all. And I will see you guys in a little bit. Bye, y'all.
Yeah, you tuned in to Loop Hawk, baby. She don't follow trends, she follow facts. Receipts ready, energy heavy. Let's go.
L-U-P-A-C, baby, don't play. She speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back. All receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth, got respect on her neck. I-N-D-E, yeah, she grinding with ease. P-E-N-E-N-T, bring in truth to the streets. Go. She don't do drama, she drop data. Scroll the page, now or later. You'll see lies get exposed and the fake get froze like refrigerators. Name ring bells like second line. Speak real, no need to lie. She from the south with a strong survivor. Snakes don't make it out alive. L-U-P-A-C, ain't no faking on the screen. Call a judge, call a jury. She deliver with the heat. You won't clap, but she got truth. No sugar in her speech. Independent, bold and real. This Lupac baby, capiche? They scrolling, she exposing. They trolling, she compose. See, Lupac don't just react. She decode what's not disclosed. From screenshots to timelines, receipts in real time. You playing checkers, she playing chess. Every move defined. Got that hustle in her bones. No cosign built to own. Views go up when she speak up. This platform here a throne. L-U-P-A-C, baby, don't bend. She speak facts, you see. Truth talk, clap back. All receipts on deck. She stand tall in the booth. Got respect on her neck. I-N